tourism basically gave us a glimpse of what it's like working on a cruise ship. I think this subject really proves that tourism isn't limited to opportunities on the airlines but as well as cruise lines. Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. It's Tori here, and in today's video, I'm gonna talk about my tourism management course again, particularly third year subjects, and what it's like in online class and during a pandemic. So, if you haven't checked out my 3 previous tourism management vlogs, please check them out later at my channel's playlist. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Also, head over to the comment section and leave a question or suggestion. Without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah. So guys, first of all, I may not mention all of the subjects I took when I was in third year because some of them are kind of interrelated, but I'll definitely highlight those that are essential or those subjects that I think need more emphasis. So, for starters, some of the major subjects that we took last year or last school year was cruise tourism, sustainable tourism, and specialized food and beverage services operations. So, cruise tourism basically gave us a glimpse of what it's like working on a cruise ship, the terms, the rules, and regulations, and such. I think this subject really proves that tourism isn't limited to opportunities on the airlines, but as well as cruise lines. And as a little spoiler, we studied the parts of a cruise ship as well as the history of how cruise ships originated from. Moving on to the food and beverage service operations subject. So I think this is really a hospitality management related one because we needed to perform things like table skirting, napkin folding, table setting, and table service or table serving. And the ones that I mentioned were really physical activities that we needed to do with our own hands or apply it in real life. Yeah, I really appreciated these 2 subjects because it really proves how flexible us tourism students can be towards the hospitality industry, that we have a opportunity there and not just in tourism or in tourism sector only. On the other hand, sustainable tourism subject focused more on methods of social, economic, and environmental integrity and development of tourism. For me, I think this is kind of a bookish subject because we needed to study sustainable development goals, millennium development goals, or some global goals by the United Nations General Assembly and why these goals are important to be achieved before at least 2030 or before it's not too late. This year, we also had quite a handful of business-related subjects such as operations management, strategic management, and entrepreneurship in tourism and hospitality. Technically, operations management and strategic management subjects were kind of interrelated and just introductory business aspects. And when entrepreneurship in tourism came along, that's when we needed to apply those learnings from operations and strategic management towards our entrepreneurship because in this entrepreneurship subject, we needed to make a business plan by group, which has a similar peg to research because we also had a defense for a business plan. And speaking of research, of course, we also took the thesis tourism management subject in our third year. Of course, this thesis was the real thing. This was the actual thesis that we were going to do for our college. But of course, I don't think I need to talk about a lot more on that because a lot of us are already familiar with it since senior high school. We conducted our thesis or research during our third year. Your thesis topic should be dependent and related to your current course. So in our case, we had a topic that was related to tourism destinations, something like that. So moving on to another quite difficult subject, but I can say that I enjoyed it, which is international fares and ticketing. So here we were taught to compute airfares and all kinds of fares regarding ticketing or related to the airline. So yeah, there were some codes and rules needed to be followed in this subject. But what I like about this one is it's related to airlines and geography. And I personally love world geography. It's one of my favorites. And we got to apply again our knowledge on geography, countries, capitals, and IATA codes. I think memorization also comes in this subject, but it's not as difficult as actually memorizing them because since we're already in third year, we are already familiar with them. So yeah, even though this subject was quite hard since there were computations and such, I think I still learned a lot. So guys, lastly is our events management subject, or more commonly known as MICE management. I think that the tourism and hospitality industry is the sector that really handles and has expertise when it comes to event planning and event organizing. This subject, when we were in third year, was just a introductory to MICE management. It's just what they call mini MICE, and of course we needed to apply the knowledge and actually make an event. Since we took this subject during COVID-19 pandemic, we just conducted some webinars online that were all about mental health, business startups, and sustainable tourism, which we thought are really helpful during times of crisis like the one we are in now. Because when coming up with an event should really be relevant and timely for your audience and community. Since we already had a background in events management in third year, now that we are incoming fourth year students or graduating students, we will now commence major webinars that may have a larger audience, because on our first mini webinars, audience were just us and our classmates. So maximize or major MICE will be a larger virtual events. So I guess that's it for this video, guys. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Tori the Vampire, and of course subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up button if you learned something, comment down below any questions or suggestions. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.